Welcome back, aspirants on MacTech 40, and today we will solve one unique question of GATE 2020 exam. Okay, and this question is of machine design section, or you can say that column design. Okay, column and strut. Okay, and this question is very unique because generally in before this all the question are basically on the different types and different types of loading. You have to find the ratio. Okay, all the beam end condition is given and loading condition is given, and then you have to find the buckling load for column. Okay, but this year that is something different. So what is the difference? Let's see. We will solve today's question and you will get the answer. The truss shown in the figure has four members of length L and flexural rigidity EI. Okay, so here these four members I am taking name as A, B, C, D. Okay, I'm taking the name. So this AB, AD, DC and BC, all these four members having the length L and flexural rigidity EI. One member of length L root 2 and flexural rigidity 4 EI. That means this is diagonal element BD. It is having L root 2 length and 4 EI flexural rigidity. The truss is loaded by the pair of forces of magnitude P. Okay, so here it is loaded by magnitude of P. Okay, so this is the P force acting on this at 45 degree. Now we have to find the smallest value of P such that for any truss member it will buckle. So we have to find buckling load and it will be common for all. Okay, so in minimum buckling load, smallest value of P. So how can we solve this? So here I have already drawn. Okay, so this is the P force acting, and you know the line of action you have studied in basic mechanics. If the force is acting on the body, if this is a body and if this force is acting at this point, so it can be represented on the its whole line of action like this. Okay, it can be represented from here also. If this is acting on this some edges here, so it can be also represented on the whole line of action like here also. Okay, so as you can see, and whenever the member is in tension, tensile force is acting, so it produces opposite reaction like this within the member. And if member is in compression, then it will produce reaction in outward direction. Okay, so here as you can see, the P force is acting in 45 degree. So there are two component of the force, P cos 45, that means P upon root 2, and vertical component P sin 45, that means it is also P by root 2. So here P root 2 force is acting along the line of action of AB. Okay, so here it is produce internal resultant force. Okay, to balance in this condition, because for truss it is given that there is no any deformation. Okay, again for AD member the same load and opposite direction, and here you can also take the component of P, here P by root 2 in, because P cos 45, and here vertical direction P cos 45 is P by root 2. Okay, because sine 45 and cos 45 have a same value 1 upon root 2. So this member is also in tensile force, this member is also tensile stress. Now here the force acting is P by root 2 and here P by root 2. Okay, same magnitude, and this member BD is connected between interjunction of these 2 points. Okay, so at in this member BD, this vertical P by root 2 and horizontal P by root 2 force both are acting simultaneously. Understand, these both forces are acting under simultaneously, this P by root 2 and this P by root 2 vertical. So there is a resultant force acting in the at 45 degree. If you draw this from parallelogram law, so there will be the resultant force, it is in 45 degree Celsius. And what is the magnitude of resultant force? That is P by root 2, P by root 2. When you use parallelogram law or cosine law, then you will find resultant force as P. Okay, I'm telling you how to, that means P resultant force R, that is under root P1 square plus P2 square plus 2P1 P2 cos theta. Here the theta is the angle between the two forces, and here both forces are acting at right angle. So cos 90, and cos 90 value is 0, so this whole term will get cancel out. So here P1 is what? P by root 2. So P by root 2 whole square plus again P by root 2. This is horizontal force whole square. So when you take under root, that is P by 2, P square by 2 plus P square by 2. So it will become P square, under root of P square, and finally resultant force will become P. And what is the direction? So for direction, if I assume the resultant is acting at phi angle, tan phi is vertical force upon horizontal force. Okay, so both are same, P by root 2, so it will get cancelled, and tan phi is equal to 1. So you know where when tan phi is 1 at 45 degrees Celsius. 45 degree, not Celsius, sorry, it's my mistake. Because from last few days it's continuously running RAC and thermodynamics, so in flow. Okay, so sorry for that mistake. The resultant is 45 degree. So here at 45 degree this force is acting, and now this point is hinged. Okay, look at here, this point is hinged because in truss we have taken assumption that is all joints are hinge joints. Okay, so this, so here when you take the BD member separately, BD member separately, this is B and this is D. So there is a force P acting on this. Okay, and both points are hinged. So you can use the equation buckling load P is equal to pi square into EI. EI is the flexural rigidity into effective length. Okay, so here what is the effective length? When both joints are hinge joints, the total length of the member is the effective length, that means root 2L. So here write down root 2L pi square EI upon L square. Okay, the equation is pi square EI upon L square. So L is effective length, so effective length is root 2L, so root 2L whole square pi square into EI. Here flexural rigidity of this member is given as 4 EI in question, so we can write 4 EI. So when you solve this root 2 square will become 2, so 2 2 will 2 2 2 are 4, so it will, you will get 2 pi square EI upon L square. So this is the answer. So here option C. Option C is 2 pi square EI upon L square. Now some might of your question that why we are taking diagonal element if there is any change in any other members like horizontal or any vertical, some might of your question. So I am taking this question for this vertical, sorry, horizontal member AB. Okay, so draw the horizontal member AB. This is AB horizontal member. So here on the line of action, here P by root 2 force is acting. Okay, but at here at the joint A and joint B. Okay, here also P by root 2 force is acting. Okay, so resultant force is acting P. Okay, resultant force P is acting at 45 degrees Celsius. So again you have to take the component, again it will be P by root 2, P by root 2 again. So when you take this member and both are hinged, AB member is hinged, again P is equal to pi square EI upon L square. Here L will be effective length, same length. Okay, because both joints are hinged, and pi square EI, here EI is flexural rigidity and flexural rigidity will remain same. So P by root 2, P by root 2, and this vertical component is also acting on this, so p by root 2 and p by root 2, so p by root 2 into root 2, that is 2. Okay, so again this 2 will go there, so p is equal to 2 pi square ei upon l square. So for all this member, anyone, if you take any one of the member, then it is same. Okay, hope you guys understand this concept. If you have still any doubt, you can ask in the comment section. Okay, tomorrow we will meet with some new videos of RAC in Indian Forest Service. Okay, so keep till then, keep studying, stay focused.